Nice work, Jules.
There we go.
He's off. There's a heap of tuna under the boat, Jules, on the sounder.
Look at that.
Look at that. About 30 to 60 metres, mate. There is just loads of them. All right, mate, a lazy 7-hour drive from Melbourne, and we are at Tathra, or more importantly, I should say, Coyne. And this is a little ocean launching ramp that not a lot of people know about. A lot of people seem to be a bit scared of it, mate, because they think you're launching in the ocean. But I, as a kid, launched here with my dad, and we used to shoot out the front and chase the flatties and the mowies and the snapper and all that sort of stuff. However, we're not here for that, are we?
No, it's all about the bluefin, Lee.
It is the east coast run of the southern bluefin tuna. We get loads of them down home on the west coast, but these are a bit of a different class of fish.
Bigger fish?
Yep.
And a lot further out than what we get at home.
Yeah, great. We're talking sort of about 80 kilometres at the moment. It's where this eddy is at the moment. It's where the tuna are apparently holding up. We haven't got enough time to get out there today because that sun is getting very quickly down behind that hill. So we're heading to the caravan park to get ourselves ready, and tomorrow morning we'll be launching in the Dar to run 80 kilometres offshore.
I'm pretty excited.
Let's go get the gear unpacked. All right, mate, the GPS says we are in the area, and the area apparently is about 70 to 80 kilometres offshore. We're sort of halfway between Tathra and Burmese, Jules?
Yep, right in the middle there, and we've finally got the weather that I think every fisherman on the east coast has been looking for. We've got 3 or 4 days of great weather.
Yes.
To get out wide and chase these bluefin.
Yeah, and the great thing about this east coast bluefin tuna run is they're generally quite big fish, but the trouble is they're not here for long. They're migrating up the coast, and the trouble has been that for 6 weeks pretty much it's just been really unfishable, hasn't it, mate?
Yeah, we've had a real winter and we've finally got that good weather, so it's time to get out there and see if we can find them.
We've got a couple of lures here that Jules and I picked out earlier this morning. We've got some bright coloured skirts, a bullet, a cupface, and then we've got a couple of more natural bait fishy looking ones like that evil JB dingo there. Most of the lures we're running are in that sort of 8 to 10 inch size because it seems to be the size lure the fish like out here. It's a pretty exciting form of fishing. We've got one other trick up our sleeve. We've got some cubing gear there, but we'll show you more about that.
A great inclusion on these X-Traps, Lee, has been the VMC single.
Yes.
Helps that lure to swim a little bit straighter in the water.
Yep.
Acts as a bit of a keel, and also it's great for releasing fish.
That's it.
Great hookup rate.
The other thing I do love on single hooks, you get that big fish on. It's when you're finding for an hour or so. One hook in the corner of the jaw always works better than a treble, doesn't it, mate?
Exactly. Yep.
And much safer in the boat too when you've got a fish kicking around. The other thing I love to do is rather than have a leader crimp to every lure, because let's make no joke about it, Jules and I have a fair collection. What I do, I make a leader up with a little split ring on the end. It's a very strong split ring. By using this system, it means I can have different leaders, and you can change leaders on lures, but most of all, you don't have a leader on every single lure because they just end up all tangled up in a box. With a good set of split ring pliers like these Black Magic ones, I can very simply split ring the leader on and off. And then it's a matter of seconds to twist that around, and our leader is now attached. The best thing about this is if you get a bit of wear and tear on your leader, you can change it. It takes 5 seconds to do it, and because it's easy to do, you will do it. If it's crimped permanently, you'll probably go, it'll be fine. You'll hook that fish of a lifetime and the leader will break. For now, it's time for us to start fishing. In the haste of getting the gear in the water, I had a bit of a whoopsie. And if you go fishing enough, eventually it is going to happen. This hook, when it went into my finger or my hand, it didn't go all the way through. So before it started to hurt, and I'm telling you now, it's starting to hurt, I pushed that barb all the way through because it's just what you've got to do. I've got a good set of side cutters there. Now Jules is just gonna get those, and in one quick go, the steel used on these hooks is just so hard. I think our best option here is going to be doing what Jules has done there, which is crush that barb
and try to get that hook out.
I let go of that, man. The barb's pretty good.
Do it quick.
It's amazing how tight skin gets.
And we're out.
Got a hole there and a hole and a cut right there. I reckon that hook's still good to catch a tuna, Jules.
Probably going to work better in the water.
Yeah, and out of my hand. All right, take 2, let's go fishing. We've finally got some action. When I say finally, the biggest problem out here, sorry, I'm not looking at the camera, that you're a long way from anywhere. So as much as you're working an area, it's not like when you're fishing the edge of the shelf. That is not happy. The difference is here, you're not working the edge of the shelf. It's not like you've got these defined areas that you can hang in. Out here you're fishing in several thousand meters of water, and there is quite a few boats in the area. We're all keeping in contact and we're all just trying to find that school of fish. We had this bite here, there was another one that smashed one of the other rods but missed that. Now I might start cubing, Jules.
Yep.
This is the sneaky part of our system. These bluefin are quite often in very, very big schools out here. So the idea being you hook a fish and you start cubing, and by the time we land this fish, he could bring all his mates with him. And if we've got that burley trail of pilchards going, we've got another outfit there rigged up ready for cubing, and it can be as simple as Jules then just getting a pilchard and feeding it back. You right if I kick us out of gear, mate?
Yep, I'll do it for you.
And that might not look like a lot of burley going in the water, but in this crystal clear blue ocean, a tuna sitting down 50 to 100 metres, we'll eventually just see these pilchards just come floating down, and they'll come straight up on them. It's taking a bit of line. You want to get on the radio and just tell Joel that we've hooked up, Jules? What Jules is doing is telling the other boys that we've got fish. And unlike in many other forms of fishing where you may want to try and keep it all quiet and to yourself, in this you want to tell everyone, because if there's a big school of tuna here, our single little trail of pilchards won't hold the school for very long. You get 10 or 20 boats in, everyone starts burleying, and you can hold 20 tons of bluefin up on the surface for a few hours and everyone can have their fun catching fish. Hey dude, you want to grab that proper rod bucket for me?
Yeah.
Now that we're settled down, I'm gonna go to the proper rod bucket. It's actually very good conditions for fighting fish here too at the moment. It's nice and calm. We're down sea of the fish. We've just got that nice angle on the line. Jules has got the cube trail going. And you can see those pilchards going down a long way in the water column. The good thing about that is that if any tuna come up, you will see them pretty quick, won't you, mate?
That's it, yep. The beauty of being up and down obviously just allows us to have the boat sitting stationary.
Yes.
We can get that cube trail working basically as soon as we hook up. And hopefully that'll bring the fish up as well, Lee.
Yeah, that's it. There's colour on that fish, Jules.
We'll get that door out, Lee.
No worries, mate, go for it. There's that wind on, Jules. Just get ready in case he does the bolt again. Yeah, he's a nice solid little fish. Makes the drive up from Melbourne well worth it, that's for sure. Oh, he's a bit bigger than I thought. Yeah, he's a nice little fish. Oh, they're just a good looking animal, aren't they?
Yep, great looking fish, Lee.
Now, I'll just back this drag off, reels in free spool. The good thing about what we're doing here, with the boat in gear, we've got him just swimming forward, water's flowing through the tuna's gills. I'm going to pull that rod that side, Jules, just so it's in a bit better position. All right, dude, I'm just going to pop that in quickly. Get it right in there. That's in a really good spot there.
Tags in, beautiful.
All right. Still got that little bit of forward momentum.
Yep.
You're right. Just got to get that head in.
Yeah.
Ready, set, out the way, dude. Go. That is what the south coast of New South Wales is all about, and certainly that is what bluefin tuna fishing is all about. That tiny little hook right in the corner of the jaw. Very, very happy with that for a start on our south coast bluefin tuna mission. Little bit of blood coming out of the mouth there. That's just from that hook. Mate, let's pop this little critter back.
Really healthy fish.
Yep, let's go. You right, Jules?
Yep.
I got the light end, you take the heavy end, pal. That'd be great.
Gently lift him up. 1, 2, 3. Ready?
That is too good.
Well done, buddy. Good job.
Love tuna fishing. Look, there's more under the boat, Jules. Let's get the cubes going. There's fish there now. My hand is killing me from that hook. In game fishing, you have big periods of absolutely nothing happening, but when it happens, it's very exciting. We got the call over the radio. Get in here, there's a big school of tuna. There's a big school of tuna. Some guys have got up on the cube. There's about 20 boats here. And as I look around, there's guys hooked up everywhere. We're not screaming in, I'm just cruising into the pack really slow. Jules starting the cube trail, and if all goes well, see ourselves hooked up pretty quickly. All about nice and sneaky. That's a Black Magic GZ90 hidden right up in that pilchard. Jules can just strip that back now. Nice work, Jules.
There we go.
He's off. Awesome.
Just broken up.
So important here now to keep this cube trail going. And for now, I think it's just easier if Jules fights the fish and I cube. I can have a go afterwards. Can I get you to step across, mate, so I can get at that burley? We've got pre-cut pilchards here, but I'm just quickly tearing up more because you don't want to lose the fish when you've got them in the trail. There's a heap of tuna under the boat, Jules, on the sounder.
Look at that.
Look at that. About 30 to 60 metres, mate. There is just loads of them. What I've been trying to do is get these tuna up, and I'm watching them on the sounder. So I'm throwing some frozen pillies now because they'll float, and we'll try and get these tuna to eat the bait off the surface. It's really hard to see. You've got that real sheen, low light. We can't see what's going on, but this is perfect light for the tuna. From them being down below and looking up, they've just got an amazing view. You all right, mate?
Yep.
Oh, he's a nice fish, Jules. Oh, that's a great fish. Well done, mate. Look at that. That is a solid 40 odd kilos of southern bluefin.
Put this reel in free spool.
Here we go. Ready?
1, 2.
All right, I'll cut this out. Take that hook out, mate. And you're right, we'll pick him up. And then, you ready? That is what the south coast of New South Wales is all about. Beautiful big bluefin tuna. Shoot her back.
1, 2, 3.
Go. Let's get the next one. That
Thanks,
is
mate.
too good, mate.
Jeez.
Too good, too easy. Perfect conditions. Fishing near your mates. There's Joel Ryan and Andy Donegan, Cam and his old man over there. Chris Earl. It's just too good. Such a social event.
Let's get another one.
Yeah. Great thing about cubing is you don't need loads and loads of gear. This is my cubing kit. It's a little Black Pete wallet, and in it I have traces pre-made. They're all labelled, just 80 pound, 100 pound, and so on. It's an easy matter of pulling the trace out when you need it, zip that back up, and you can start fishing. In the back, I've got just a small little Ziploc bag with more GZ Black Magic hooks in it. Just absolutely perfect for cubing, because quite often you'll get your fish up, just cut him off and you just tie a new hook back on. Let's get fishing. A very simple form of fishing, but one of the most effective ways of catching tuna all over the world. I've got a pilchard with a hook hidden inside it, a light bit of leader, and we're going to drop this in the burley trail and then quite simply feed that bait back. You want to keep this line slack between the rod tip and that hook at all times, because this bait needs to look just like another piece of burley falling down through the water column. It's quite unusual, isn't it, Jules, to think we're in about 2,500 metres of water and floating a pilchard down in the water column can be just so good.
Yeah, and the thing that we don't know is just how many fish are sitting basically out of sight.
That's it.
On that cube trail.
He is not happy. That might be a bit better fish.
Yeah. Well, you're in for a bit of pain, mate, so...
Thanks for that.
There you go.
He's out of here, dude.
He's a good fish.
That's a good one. Might have just cooked himself a bit on that run. That's why you've got to love tuna fishing. And cubing, I think, is just one of the best ways to catch game fish, or floating baits back down in a burley trail. For that matter, it doesn't matter if it's a snapper off Lake's entrance or a bluefin or a yellowfin on the east coast of Australia. This is loads of fun.
You can just see those fish on the sounder too. They're all just sitting.
Oh, yeah, they too. It's funny, they just come and go.
Up and down, aren't they, in that water column?
I love fishing 30-pound tackle for tuna. They fight so well on this gear. And if you get the monster on, you'll still get him, but it'll just take a long time. I'm just going to the Black Magic bucket. It's a bit bigger. Well, it's a lot bigger than that. It sits a lot lower, and it enables you to get a lot more leverage on the fish. As you can see, that outfit's now sitting lower. And once you get into a longer fight, this is heaps better. My back's nice and straight now. Here we go. Starting to get some colour there. Wind on, mate, and double. You're right. They are a solid run of fish this year, aren't they, Jules?
Great fish, mate.
Beautiful animal. Look at that hook right in the corner of the jaw. And that's why as soon as I get the bite, I just tend to hit the fish straight away, because they come up, they suck the pill in, they just turn, and that hook just gets them instantly. Just get his tail up. Just getting that tag in right. There is where you want it. There's a lot of cartilage and things going on there. Get that out the way. Yeah, Jules. Now, I can get that to there. There we go. He's off. Hang on. Swim, you silly fish. There he goes. He's off. The really interesting thing about this tuna fishery on the east coast is they're the same bluefin tuna we catch down home at Portland on the west coast of Victoria, but down in Victoria it's quite unique that the fish we catch are realistically 10 to 25 kilos. We don't seem to find those 40, 50, 60 kilo fish. Our next bracket is really 80 and upwards, yet this east coast bite is full of these 40, 50 and 60 kilo fish. When I say he's not that big, Jules, he's still a solid fish. We'd be high-fiving if we caught that in amongst the schoolies at home. Tag in there.
Pretty docile when you cover their eyes too, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a good little trick to do that, isn't it, mate? There we go. Ready? Let's go. Well done. You're a messy little boy. Start throwing tubes, dude. That is southern bluefin tuna, south coast of New South Wales style. See, braid, they just shake their head heaps, they hate it. All right, I'm finally biting the bullet. Got a pilly rigged on 15 kilo. I think it got eaten. Look at under the boat, Jules. It just looks like a ball of bait. That is stupid.